Welcome to this slide presentation which describes a model of the scholar practitioner. John Dewey, educator and pragmatist philosopher, described the relationship between experience and knowledge. His ideas have influenced many contemporary theorists and form a cornerstone in our understanding of what it means to be a scholar practitioner. Sean, Kolb, Argyris, and others have drawn on his ideas, and they seem as relevant today as they did when he first articulated them in the early 1900s. The problem of restoring integration and cooperation between man's beliefs about the world in which he lives, and his beliefs about the values and purposes that should direct his conduct, is the deepest problem of modern life.
But Dewey and the pragmatists go further. If intelligent action is the seat of authority, then a pursuit of scientific theories devoid of values is a chimera. From the pragmatist's viewpoint, we separate theory from practice, learner from experience, knowledge from values, or the individual from the community, at our own peril. Social ideologies, moral absolutes, or scientific paradigms unverified by intelligent action and the experiences it creates should hold no claim to our beliefs. They will not protect us from the travails of material existence nor provide the security we seek. Only intelligent action can provide some modicum of confidence that we control our present situation, and that we are constructing a more secure future. A corollary of this idea is that our knowledge of the world, and the right thing to do, is always partial. As a result, if we can communicate this awareness to others and they can acknowledge the same, we can construct circumstances which lead to greater knowledge and a more desirable future. In short, scientific and social progress depends on the voluntary association of many individuals with different beliefs. Individuals willing to modify those beliefs based on the consequences of intelligent action. Ultimately, this process, constrained as it must be by the true nature of things, will lead to beliefs that more effectively guide our actions. Henry Mintzberg has observed that thoughtful reflection on experience in the light of conceptual ideas is the key to managerial learning. This straightforward statement is at the heart of what it means to be a scholar practitioner. There is a connection between experience and thought, and between reflection and action. Scientific theories are tools to guide further inquiries, not descriptions of antecedent realities. Based on the belief that the chemical elements obey a law of periodicity, we predict that as yet undiscovered elements with specific characteristics must exist. When they are found, we gain confidence in this belief. Our confidence in a belief derives, therefore, from the success we have when we act on it. Not because it is espoused by an authority, even a business school professor, because it conforms to our intuition, or because it has been given the status of a scientific paradigm. The success of the physical sciences is based on their ability to predict the consequences of defined operations. But this is no different than for the practical activities of everyday life. If a child uses a fork to eat their soup, they quickly reach for a spoon. Ideas are instruments, like forks and spoons, and they work more or less effectively to achieve intended consequences in given circumstances. Our beliefs in what are the right things to do are strengthened by our actions taken in accordance with those beliefs. Ideologies may guide our behavior for a time, but they will be abandoned as guides to our everyday behavior unless that behavior leads to a more desired or preferred state. Thus intelligent action and judgment are required to construct the good, just as they are to determine the scientific truth or validity of a theory. Learning, work, and knowledge creation are highly interconnected in today's business environment. The scholar practitioner model brings these activities together to form an integrated whole. You should notice the similarities between Kolb's experiential learning theory, Schoen's model of reflective practice, Argyris' concept of double-loop learning, and Mintzberg's concept of the 5 mindsets of managers. Each in its own way describes the scholar practitioner.
As you think about developing a topic for your dissertation, it is important to identify in what realm of knowledge it will be focused. Traditionally, dissertation research in business has focused on just the empirical or rational realms. As reflective practitioners, with experience in policy development and implementation, you may also contribute new knowledge in the ethical and practical realms. As a scholar practitioner, your dissertation research may be either quantitative, qualitative, or a combination of both. During your program of study, you will be encouraged to develop a broad and detailed knowledge of various research methodologies in addition to an exhaustive knowledge of your research topic. It is possible that empathizing, guessing, choosing, explaining, and prizing may be just as valuable to your dissertation research as observing, classifying, correlating, predicting, and generalizing. Your dissertation committee will support you in deciding the appropriate framework and experimental context for your study. As a scholar practitioner, what is equally important, however, is that the new knowledge you develop through your studies is informed by your own ethical values and validated by your own experience. How might decision-making in organizations be improved by adopting the scholar practitioner model? Give a specific example. As a scholar practitioner, how might you approach a problem differently? Describe a current problem where this might be the case. With what part of the model are you most or least comfortable? Are you more oriented toward inquiry than action, or the opposite? Are you more inclined to trust your experiences or your thoughts as guides to action? Next, you should proceed to the seminar discussion board and engage your colleagues in discussion concerning these questions. Thank you for your attention to this presentation.